In today's video, we are going to take a look at how we can create custom sidebar navigations using Divi 5 interactions. And this can create custom navigations like this one. So if that sounds interesting, then let's dive in. And just before we begin, I would like to mention that whatever process we are going to follow in this video, for the same, we have created a complete step-by-step blog post that you can find in the video description below. So once you're done with this video, I would highly recommend you go ahead and check out our blog post. I'm sure you will find it really helpful. Alright, so here we are inside our WordPress backend, and in order to create our custom navigation, we need a trigger point that need to be added inside our header. And in order to build a custom header, we need to go to Divi and then click on Theme Builder. And from here, we already have a global header. So in order to start from the very beginning, let's go ahead and remove this. And I'm going to start creating a new fresh header. So let's go ahead and click on Add Global Header and then click on Build Global Header. And this is going to load the Divi 5 Visual Builder, and we can start from the very beginning. So let's go ahead and start by adding our single row. So I'm just going to use this Flexbox container, and I'm going to start by adding an image first. And we are going to use this as our logo. Now, in order to make it visible, let's go ahead and click on our main section and click on background and turn this into black. Or we can choose any color from our global variables like this. Now we can see our logo right here. So let's click on this again and we go to design, and for the sizing, we are going to enter maybe 2 viewport width or maybe 4 to make it a little bit bigger. And now let me just go ahead and reduce the gaps here. So I'm just going to click on my section settings here. Again, go to spacing. And for the padding, for the top, I'm going to enter 5. And for the bottom, I'm going to again enter 5. Or we can also link both. All right, once that is done, let's go ahead and click on this layer panel. And for my column, I'm going to click on layout and then select row as the layout structure, and I will align everything space between. Now with that, as soon as I enter another element or another module after my image, let's add element from here and I'll choose icon. You can see that it aligned right in one single row. So if I come back here in my column setting, go to design, in the layout, I can align everything in one center line as well. Once that is done, let's click on the icon here. And now we can first change the icon to maybe a hamburger icon here, like this one. And then go to design. And now we can change the icon color. So again, we are going to choose a global variable like this one. And we can change the size to maybe 5 viewport width like this. Once that is done, let's click on save. And this is how our header is going to look. Now, once that is done, we can now click on save, click on exit and save our theme template. So now we have a new global header. Now let's head back to the header again. Now in order to create our custom navigation menu, we are going to add an interaction on this icon here. And this icon is going to act as our trigger point to open and close our custom navigation, which will happen once we add interaction to it. But before that, let's go ahead and build the structure of our custom navigation. So for that, we are going to use canvases. And right now inside our main canvas, we are going to switch to a new canvas here. So I have already created one, but let's go ahead and start from scratch. So I'm just going to click on add canvas, and this is going to open up a new pop-up. Let's give it a name. And we are going to append it below. And we are going to give it a Z index as 10. and we are going to click on add canvas. And to begin with, we are going to start with single column layout. And let's start by defining the width and the height of this structure. So we are going to click on this row settings first. Let's add a background. So we are going to add a light shade background here. And for the design, we go to sizing, and width we are going to choose 250 pixel. And for the height we are going to choose as 100 and viewport height, so that our navigation menu or the pop-up menu will open or take the full height of the screen. Now we need to get rid of this cap on the top, so we click on our section, we go to spacing, and we are going to remove all the paddings from all around. And now in order to fix this navigation menu to the right, we are going to click on our row, go to advanced, and for the position we are going to keep it as fixed and assign the location from offset origin towards the top right corner. And this is going to stick our row on the right top corner. Once that is done, we are going to add a Z index as 10 and then click on save. Now to begin with, let's go ahead and add an icon here. And we are going to use this as our close icon. So we click on this icon here and let's go ahead and customize it a bit. So we choose this color and size will be 30 pixel. And if we go to advanced, we change the position to absolute. And we are going to mark the offset as like this, so that we can easily click on this button to close our navigation menu. And for the Z index, we are going to make it as 100 so that it will always stays on the very top in the layer. Once that is done, let's go ahead and open the layer view. And we are going to add a new item below this. And let's go ahead and start by adding a heading first. So we will make it 40 from the top. And for our main structure as well, let's click on column and then add a 5 pixel padding all around, so that we will have a clean look inside it. And after this, we can also add some links. So I'm just going to enter an icon list here. So this can act as our navigation links, and maybe below that, we can also add a button like this. Now we can go ahead and add any element inside this column and create this layout as fancy as possible to give it a mega menu style structure. So right now I'm just going to click on save here. And now for the main section, I'm going to rename this as pop-up menu. And naming is important because we are going to use this name to trigger our pop-up navigation. Once that is done, let's go ahead and click on this icon here. And if we go in design, we need to add an interaction, and we are going to click on add interaction, which will be triggered on click event. And let's give it a name, close pop-up. And we want to hide the element, and the element or the target module will be our pop-up menu. So as soon as we click on this icon, the whole menu structure should get hidden. And while we are in the advanced section, we need to go to visibility, and by default, we are going to disable the view on every screen type, so that as soon as our page loads, we do not see this structure opened up. So once that is done, let's click on save. Let's go back to our header, that is our main canvas. And now we need to add an interaction on this icon here so that we can use this hamburger icon to open our navigation menu. So we click on this icon. Again, we go to interaction, add new interaction on the click event, and we are going to name it as open pop-up. And again, trigger event is click, and we want to toggle visibility And for the target module, we are again going to select pop-up menu. Once that is done, let's click on save. And now let's go ahead and see our header in the front end. Alright, so here we are on the front end. We have our logo and we have our hamburger icon. Now if we go ahead and click on this icon here, we can see our pop-up navigation opening up, and we also see a cross closing button. Let's click on that and it's going to close the navigation menu. Again, we can click here, the menu opens up, and we can click on this icon to close it back. Now if we take a look at the mobile view, let's click on the navigation menu. It's open up here and we can use this icon to close it back. Now of course we can go ahead and adjust the location of this icon here for the mobile view, but the functionality works perfectly fine. So this is how we can use Divi 5 interactions to build custom sidebar navigations. Now make sure you check out the link for the blog post that we are going to add in the video description below, where you can find the complete process step by step. And if you like this video, then make sure you give it a like and share it with your friends and community. And for more such videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload our next video. That's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video.